Okay, so I saved this for the last possible moment because I am responsible. So with the limited access thing, where you can basically go through one of the myth stories for the boys, I picked Raphael's Abysswalker story. Here's the thing, I should have picked Caleb's for this reason. Right after I selected Raphael's Abysswalker story to unlock for the event, the very next 5-star card I pulled was the second card I needed to unlock Abysswalker and make doing this a lot easier. I played myself. Anyways, I still want to go through this because I have not gone through any of the other boys' myths. I've gone through a few chapters of Zane's myth, but I haven't gotten his second card for that one. I only have Silas's and Caleb's, and now Abysswalker. I don't have any of the other boys' myth stuff, so there's still a lot of lore that I don't know. So we're gonna go through Sea of Golden Sand. We're officially gonna go through the Abysswalker story. So get cozy, get yourself a drink, snack, and experience this. Even if you've seen it, you already know, experience it for the first time with me. I'm anxious. I am nervous because most of the time this is just tragic. Just tragedy. I'm still not over Silas's anyways. I'm going to be turning this light out so it's moody. It's mood lighting. Okay. I have read through a few chapters, but we're going to go back through because I haven't gone through all of them and I want to refresh. Many, many years have passed on the humble planet of Philos, and on this land lives a noble princess. Her heart, pure and flawless, is blessed by the gods. It protects Philos forevermore, granting immortality to its denizens. The source of Philos' glory is the princess's heart, and it earns her endless love and respect. Everyone wishes the best for her highness. To protect her heart, the princess made a small sacrifice. She could never leave her palace. Oh my god, my eye itches. Sorry. Books describe Philos with winding rivers and seas, yet to the princess, outside is a small garden. The princess's dearest wish is to leave the palace and see the world with her own eyes. Legends from Deepspace, Sea of Golden Sands prologue. With Miss Natasha's maid uniform, no one will recognize me. My 99th escape attempt. Good luck me. Not long after the boat sets sail, a group of guards rushes in from behind.
The water! Over there!
Oh god. Cannot believe it. I can't believe it. They found me already? Arrows with several strings attached to their shafts fly. Several pierce the boat and drag it to land. The boat tosses and turns. I lose my balance and fall into the lake with a splash. Good job, you killed the princess. No! Seaweed wraps around my ankles, pulling me into the depths of the lake. Yet despite being consumed by impending dread, power soon surges forth and embraces me. My sinking body relaxes. With strength around me, the water is almost comforting. A voice firm and clear speaks to me.
Order them to leave. Say nothing of there being another person. Not if you understand.
Drowning is a terrible thing. I nod, and my body rises to the surface. That was close. Cough, cough. I almost died.
Miss Natasha? What brings you to the lake at this hour?
Her Highness lost her bracelet this morning. I'm retrieving it.
The water is very deep. Her Highness must be using this as a distraction.
Yes.
Check on Her Highness and ensure the doors are locked. The enemy has infiltrated the city. Nobles have already been killed.
After the guards leave, I drag myself to land. Someone else surfaces from the water and approaches. Scrumptious. Scrumptious! Sorry. Are you my savior? Thank you. Yet, why were you underwater? He glances at me, then sits down. He lowers his head and tears a piece of his shirt from his left shoulder. The wound on his shoulder is still bleeding. Is it because of the arrows earlier?
Do not touch me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Your earrings are so sexy. Sorry. Continue. My bad. You've lost a lot of blood, and we're in the water. It'll get infected.
If you're begging for aid, keep our meeting a secret.
Okay. He used the torn cloth to bandage his wound, and he stands up to leave. Wait. It's upsetting. My 99th escape attempt failed. I'll keep my mouth shut, but you should help me. He stops in his tracks.
And if I refuse?
I mean, I don't know. I just need to scream for the guards. They'll come running.
You won't even be able to utter a sound.
I'm not trying to threaten you. He turns around, his face expressionless, as if waiting for my request. What I mean to say, since you entered the palace, you must know of an escape route. I lean in close and whisper into his ear. Will you take me with you? Take me with you. I don't want to be here anymore. Save me. Imagine she's like, please, I beg. Whew. Oh my god. I tried to I'm fine. In the middle of the night, the palace is silent, and outside in the capital, the nightlife has just begun. Bustling market abound. The road is lined with lights and merchants hungry for gold. It's so lively, and everything's so interesting. I've never seen this before. The stranger I met is ways ahead of me. I rush to keep up with him. Wait.
I escorted you out of your palace. My debt is paid.
Okay. You sound aloof, but still allowed me some fun. You're nice. You're not going to abandon me, are you?
You shouldn't expect too much from strangers.
Okay. But I will. You've been kind to me, yet I know not what to call you.
My name is of no significance. We'll part ways soon.
But I want to know your name, please. I disagree. You are the second most important person to me. I demand to know your name.
I beg your pardon?
Ooh. He's like, bitch, who are you? As a little girl, my dearest wish was seeing the world outside the palace. After all these years and 99 attempts, he granted it with a lift of his finger. To me, you are my cherished wish-granting spirit. Well, you appeared from the water. Perchance you are like the god of the sea. Mr. Sea God, you...
My name is Raphael.
Oh, okay, cool. Sick. Awesome. Rael, did you just make up a name?
And how is Natasha more unique?
Okay, alright. Okay. Lord Rael. Honey, that's not what he said. There are many things to do and eat. Have you any coin? My pockets are empty. Could you... I will pay you back once I return to the palace.
Allow me to inform you, I plan to visit only the 3rd Street.
Oh. Persuasion is one of the few skills I learned as a princess. Persuasion. Persuasion check. The skewer is delicious. What did they use? I'll ask the chef to make it when I return to the palace.
What matters is that you enjoy its taste. Nothing more.
Valid. Boop. They're selling mice. How cute. We should buy one.
Those are gerbils. They're everywhere outside the city.
Oh, it's a gerbil. I have never seen a gerbil. Gerbils?
You just ate some.
Oh. What? You're lying. Maybe for Raphael, the third street is a mirage in the distance. All because I take the time to idle at the first street. Is this makeup? Put some on your wrist so I can smell it.
It's seasoning to be used on meat.
She is not smart. She is not bright. These small lamps are adorable. I should buy one to hang near my bed.
They're spirit lamps. Wait for someone in the palace to take Death's hand before hanging it.
Oh. Look at that hat. Raphael, come here. I want it.
It's in the exact style as the one Her Highness wears. No bargaining.
Apparently, many stalls sell items that were worn by Her Highness. Why sell fakes? What purpose is there to wear other people's clothes?
Her Highness has a heart blessed by the gods themselves. It protects Philos forevermore, granting immortality to its denizens.
Yeah, which kind of sucks, if I'm honest.
Thus, everything related to Her Highness is popular.
I knew it all tied back to the heart. A heart everyone admires. However, as the princess, I couldn't care less. I am nothing to those close to me. People visit me only because of this heart, whether out of respect, love, envy, or hatred. I might be the princess, but in reality, I'm a fish in a glass bowl. As long as the fish lives, why inquire about its feelings? If a god does exist, he should claim this heart himself. Raphael's expression changes ever so slightly. Suddenly, there's a loud noise behind us.
Over there, quickly.
Oh. The city guards. I look at Raphael with a pleading look. Will he abandon me? Fortunately, he grabs me and runs. Along the way, he pulls down racks stocked with various dyes. We leave the market in a mess. After 2 or 3 turns, we hide in an alley. You run swiftly, I admit. I almost couldn't. He's so over it. Raphael tears off another strip of cloth. Only then do I see a broken arrow in his wound. Are you bleeding again? We need to find a clinic.
Unnecessary.
He grasps the arrow shaft and, using some force, pulls it out. Okay, that's hot. Anyways, he tosses the arrow aside. Blood stains the royal seal etched upon its arrowhead. He doesn't want anyone to know his injury is related to the palace. That's why he refuses to visit a clinic. We can't leave it as is. You've bled more than enough. Raphael and I sit on the stairs of the alley. Below us is the market. It might sting because of the medicine. I'll try to be gentle, so please bear with it. Carefully tear the fabric surrounding the wound and pour the medicine. Raphael doesn't even wince. Curious, do you not feel any pain?
When you're prone to getting injured, it all feels the same.
Can I hug you? I want to hug you. I fell from a tree once, scraped my knee, and it hurt.
You? You climbed a tree?
Okay, listen. I wanted to see what was outside the palace walls.
And?
There was another palace.
If you despise even the mere mention of it, what is stopping you from leaving?
Well, it'd be irresponsible of me. Raphael looks at the hand I'm bandaging his wounds with.
You are no maid.
Wow, you're just figuring that out. I'm sorry.
Does your highness understand the danger of being with the wrong people?
I hate when it's just 3 dots. I lower my head, putting down the bandages and medicine. You are correct. I am not a maid. Neither am I a princess in the truest sense of the word. Not everyone is aware of this secret. I am not a daughter of the Philos royal family. I am no one's child. I'm a person who awoke from the depths of the planet. It's because of my heart that I was crowned a princess and treated like a treasure. My status, lavish life, my friends and family, love, it's only because of this heart. I always believed my existence and my heart were separate. Because without my heart, who am I? There's nothing to hold as a princess. I can't leave.
Should your highness like to go anywhere, what location?
Sea.
There?
Yes. I lean against the stairs. I read about the sea, beautiful and blue. This world has lots and lots of blues. It is home to adorable fishes and stories. The sea is a very, very different place from the capital. I love when he just looks at you and is like, what's wrong?
How many years? No one said they wanted to visit the sea since.
Have you seen it? Are there tiny, colorful shells on the beach?
Your highness will see it in the future.
There is a small commotion from the streets below. I spot a familiar face in the city guards. Miss Natasha, she must have been sent to find me. Raphael stands up and moves his left arm.
It's been tended to. I am in your highness's debt once more.
Nice. Nice, nice.
Farewell. This is the 3rd street.
Oh. You're gonna leave me? Wait, what? Raphael's identity doesn't matter. He allowed me to leave my golden cage and enjoy a night of freedom for the first time. There's hope for a second, even a 3rd time. Do you plan to visit the palace again? If so, will you see me? I'm not asking for any favors. However, I must pay you back. A princess cannot be indebted to her people. Raphael seems defeated by my terrible excuse.
Am I not in your highness's memory at all?
Wow. He takes my hand, then opens and closes it.
Fish I gave. Is it well?
I have questions. Raphael soon returns to the alley. Elder Amund stands in a corner, having waited for a long time.
I saw what happened. Was it her?
Yes.
Why did your quintessence not do it?
The time is yet to come.
Your quintessence is not one to hesitate.
Quintessence. What is quintessence? Quintessence. Raphael doesn't respond and continues walking. Amund follows him. Amund.
Raphael, she is no longer that girl. Your quintessence is no longer god of the sea either.
Your tongue's flapping is better now that you're older.
The fire is about to fade. How much time is left? Lemuria's final hope is within our reach.
Raphael stops walking, and his hand of flame burns. The fire is completely black, its center only carrying a bit of color.
Her powers still slumber. She is unaware of her true self. Acting now would only scare the nobles.
Raphael closes his hand.
Don't forget, we require a complete sea god's heart. It must also be offered willingly.
She did kind of offer it willingly.
Then, what is the next step in your quintessence's plan?
The moon sits upon the tree The moon sits upon the tree branch. Unconsciously, Raphael's mind drifts back to the girl in the market, her eyes shining brilliantly.
She's very fond of gerbils.
Slowly, his mind begins to wander.
We'll partake in a trip and catch some.
Okay. It's not sus at all. I'm totally not afraid. I just... Is you gonna kill me? Ooh. Ooh. Why did that sound excited? I'm sorry.
Is the dress to your highness's taste?
Shut up, Natasha. You snitch. Sorry. Sorry. Yes.
It's too somber. How about this one?
Yes, yes. Choose what suits your fancy.
Your highness's coming-of-age ceremony will be in a few days. An event warranting excitement, I would think.
I lie on the floor and tap the glass bowl. The little blue fish inside it chases my finger. Miss Natasha, do you recall who gifted me this fish? We met again a few days ago. How long ago was it? I had read about Lemuria for the first time. That year, the nobles sent over countless gifts for my birthday. Amongst them was a gift that outshone the rest. A Lemurian. The young man was around my age, his bluish-pink eyes cold yet beautiful. The book said Lemuria was an ancient civilization of the deep, living beneath the waves. The god of the sea protected them since time yes. Every Lemurian was blessed with beauty. Their tears turned to glimmering pearls. Their voices brought dreams of wonder. Their blood made one live forever and could even resurrect the dead. Once you tamed a Lemurian, they were the most loyal, powerful servant. They listened to every command, even if it cost them their life. As a symbol of luxury, nobles did everything to acquire a Lemurian. To raise an exotic plaything was to flaunt one's wealth and status. I want to kill everybody. Hence, even if I had everything, I still received a very rare gift. That night, I escorted the Lemurian to Moonbath Lake, located in the palace gardens. Were you taken from the deep? Can you tell me about the sea? You won't talk. Oh, I heard Lemurians can charm anyone with a song. Did they cut your tongue?
Ha ha.
Oh, okay, so they didn't. You still have it. Good. I meet his wary gaze, then release his shackles. Dive below the lake, and you'll be in the city rivers. Oh! Dive below the lake, and you'll be in the city's rivers. Keep swimming, and you'll be free before dawn breaks. The boy gives me an incredulous look, confirming I'm truly setting him free. He grabs my wrist.
Come with me.
I gaze at the lake's vast surface. I'd love to, but I'm a princess. I also don't know how to swim. Return to the sea. Don't run into any danger or get captured again.
I'll return one day and find you.
He takes my hand. To my surprise, a little blue fish swims between our palms.
Fish are emissaries of the god of the sea. This is my vow to you.
Your Highness was out with that Lemurian that night?
I asked he come find me again, but if he actually... I tapped the glass bowl. Blue, aren't you an emissary of the god of the sea? Can you ask him for me?
Your Highness must cease any attempts to venture out publicly. Listen to me.
Ma'am, shut up. I don't like you. Miss Natasha rushes to my side and whispers in my ear.
These days, many Lemurians have snuck into the city. It's dangerous to approach him.
Oh no. Whatever will I do? Listen to my snitch of a friend or chase after my dangerous, sexy-looking Lemurian? Oh. Her worries aren't without reason. It was weird Raphael appeared in the lake that night, but maybe we're overthinking it. Aren't Lemurians easy to tame? That's what they... Besides, Raphael knows me. He wouldn't try to do anything to me. The little fish suddenly turns around, looking at the balcony. I notice a small arrow by the railing. The arrow's fletching slightly trembles, and so does my heart. It must be Raphael. I shoo Miss Natasha away and grab the arrow. Attached to the fletching was a small note with a fishtail-esque item. 3 days, dusk. Miss Natasha.
What is it, Your Highness?
I have a feeling that I'll be bedridden this week. A good night's rest is what I require. Do not let anyone disturb me.
But, Your Highness, the coming of age ceremony is in 3 days.
I don't care. I don't care. I really don't. So she released him? They gifted? That's crazy. They gifted Lemurians. Ugh. The princess's coming-of-age ceremony is an important event. Nobles from across the land will visit the city to celebrate. The reception, the ceremony itself, everything will be handled by the ministers. During these 3 days, the city is holding festivals and parties. My coming of age will make this year memorable. Meanwhile, I, the main character, only need to appear at the ball as a formality.
Your Highness, the birthday ball is tonight. A princess should not appear before her people.
Sitting at the dressing table, Miss Natasha places the tray in front of me.
Choose a mask. Your Highness will wear it the whole night.
She stands behind me again and brushes my hair.
Your Highness will have the first dance to start the ball. A duke is the best choice. The guests are anticipating it.
I thought they didn't know who I was.
None of them will wear masks. I heard a few are quite handsome.
Oh, so I'm the only one wearing a mask. So it's obvious that weirdos. I don't care about handsome nobles or my ball. Or the ball. My gaze returns to the window. Why isn't the sun setting?
Is Your Highness nervous? Relax. If Your Highness fancies someone, take his hand.
Aight.
Natasha, is Her Highness ready? We ought to leave now.
Doesn't the ball start at night?
Your Highness must greet the King and Queen before walking into the ballroom with them.
Ew. I won't be able to meet Raphael. Remembering how Raphael contacted me, I quickly asked Miss Natasha to leave and pull out a pen and paper. What should I write? A promise is a promise. Please wait for me till the moon rises. That should do it. I pick up the arrow and tie the note to the fletching. Oh, hi! Startled by a loud noise, Hold on, I didn't read it. Startled by a loud noise, I turned to the source. Raphael was at the foot of my bed. I quickly hide the note behind me. Hi. What brings you here? That's suspicious. You suspicious.
Sparing you the trouble of sending a note.
That's hot. Sorry? What?
Come closer.
Oh. I'm not reading.
Oh.
Sorry. I have the giggles. This isn't how you act in someone else's bedchamber, is it?
Remember for next time.
Next time?
Has Your Highness never used a fishtail beacon before? It's not being used correctly.
I don't think I ever have. What is this? What is it? Tell me.
Let me teach Your Highness.
Okay. How to use it? How do I use it?
Holding it like this, I'll sense Your Highness's presence. The beacon is a unique form of Lemurian communication.
Oh, cool.
Keep it.
Okay.
What is your highness doing?
Trying to take off your mask.
Lemurians aren't obedient little lambs. Is your highness wondering the reason for my attire?
It's great attire. I am curious, though. You look great.
Tonight we're going on an outing further from here.
A trip far from the city? Lovely, but the ball.
We won't make it.
Epic.
Shall we?
Yes, absolutely. This isn't too daring. Hell yeah, we're running away from home. That's a fun time. That's about right. Oh, the head maid and Miss Natasha are outside the door. Raphael takes me to the balcony.
Are you afraid of heights?
I look down, my knees shake, yet I force myself to stand firm. I'm not.
Well, I am. Hold on tight.
Well, I am, so hold me. Cute. Raphael picks me up and gracefully leaps off the balcony. The wind howls in my ears, and I hold tightly to his neck. Raphael, have you gone mad? Excuse me? As we fall, a giant illusionary beast from the deep leaps from the ground and swims toward us. Pardon? Chains fly from Raphael's hand and ensnare the creature. We land on its back. What is it? The beast swishes its tail and swims to Moonbath Lake. Raphael's gaze is locked onto the horizon. A slight smile is on his lips. How can you see he's wearing a mask?
A mount befitting the god of the sea.
Oh.
Your Highness, where are you going?
Bye, bitch. Sorry. Away! The palace becomes a dot in the distance, and I can see Miss Natasha's panicked expression. I wave. The mask is on the table, Miss Natasha. I'm counting on you. That's amazing. That's amazing. And Natasha's just like, well, okay then. Here I go. Pretend to be the princess. Oopsies. I love that for her. Wait. I read chapter 4. Right? Am I dumb? Am I dumb? I literally can't keep track of where I am. Am I being dumb? Yes. Okay, I've read chapter 4. Right? Let me just go in here real quick. I feel like I missed something. Yes, I did. I read chapter 3. Now we're on chapter 4. Okay. Behind the dunes, I struggle with my dress's lace.
Your highness is smart for having a maid attend the ball instead.
I don't need to worry. She took the same etiquette lessons as me when we were children. People won't know the difference for now.
Does your highness need my help?
I tug at the sleeves and dress, then climb over the sand. I return to Raphael's side, wearing the same clothes as him. Oh. Hi. Hello.
Come.
Okay. I just go, okay.
If your highness rather not be a burnt gerbil during daylight or frozen at night, certain clothes are needed.
A burnt gerbil. That's crazy. But you aren't bundled in layers of cloth. Whoop. Oh? She just took his mask off. Didn't even ask.
This won't be valuable in the slightest. A Lemurian's life receives some support through this garb.
Not me just... Listen. I shouldn't have taken that off. Now I'm distracted.
Curious? Give me your hand.
Okay. What am I doing?
Both of them.
Boop. What the oh, is that a gerbil?
Feed it or
I'm not eating it.
roast it nicely over a fire.
I'm not eating it. It's my birthday present. I shouldn't consume
It's
it.
not necessarily a gift. Gerbils roam the night. Your Highness can catch them anytime you wish. Here. It's delicious. That's all you need know.
I'm worried. It's not poisoned, is it? Sorry. Is he feeding me? Hey.
It's a cake baked in the sand, made with camel milk and tapioca.
Ooh. Fancy. I doubt Lemurians actually eat this.
What does your Highness think we eat?
I don't know. Big fishes eat smaller fishes and smaller fishes eat shrimps.
Don't they also swim with the tides riding on the back of a sea monster with sharks and rays close behind?
Interesting. He is sassy fish. We're cute. Sorry, I got excited. Raphael, thank you for accompanying me. You once summoned fish and now a sea monster. With a trident, you could be the actual god of the sea.
Cumbersome. I dislike it.
Oh, my eyes twitching and my nose. Mr. Sea God, I have another wish. I wish you could show me the sea. Raphael remains quiet, his gaze lowered. The unsettling silence hangs in the air as if he might say the wish is impossible. Forget it if you don't. Hi. Dee. I'm fine. He's so pretty. It's crazy. It's a crazy thing. Is something wrong? That boy. Did you see his eyes? Let me squeeze your face. You're cute.
When your Highness has yet to lay eyes on it, is persistence necessary?
I'll tell you a secret of mine. I actually saw the tides before.
Perhaps in a dream?
Indeed. It often appears in my dreams. Sky gloomy, the water a gray desert. Waves crash against the island in the center of the ocean. On the island, I am in a hut, surrounded by silence and solitude. I know that one day the tides, boundless and cruel, will take me away. I'm waiting for someone from the sea to rescue me from this prison.
Your Highness's dreams. What are they, if not the sea?
I don't recall. The dream isn't sweet. As I describe it, Raphael draws a picture in the sand. Within a few strokes, the scenery from my dream appears. It's exactly like this. Do you know where it is? If I could figure out the location, I would know who I am and the heart's origin.
Whence a sea god's legend arose.
What do you mean?
Your Highness will learn soon enough.
Oh? A hint of emotion flashes in Raphael's eyes. He turns around.
The sun is setting.
In the distance, I marvel at the sight of the marble white city. The palace's golden roof reflects the sunlight amidst golden sands. It is a pearl left behind by the divine. I've never seen the city like this before. It's so lovely, dreamy even. Yet within the taste of freedom and surreal romance, I don't feel at ease. Why would Raphael appear before me and make my wishes come true? Is it only because we had a chance encounter when we were young? Do you want anything, Raphael? Anything you desire, you can tell me. Because of this heart, I no longer believe in kindness without reward.
What I desire?
When I needed someone, you were there. You made every one of my wishes come true, and the drawing. It can't be a mere coincidence.
Is your highness not my master?
Raphael's gaze lingers on my face. Master.
Once Lemurians are bound to someone, we can never go against them.
Are you referring to the time you were gifted to me? Taming requires plucking a Lemurian's scale. I did nothing of the sort.
Our bond has existed for years.
You just don't know. The wind blows away the sand drawing. Raphael looks at me and tucks a strand of hair behind my ear.
Long before the sea dried up.
And she's just like, what do you mean? Oh, bitch, you talking in riddles. I don't know what's happening. She's super confused. Okay, we've done 5. The moon's reflection sits on the river. A small purple boat is rowed against Moonbath Lake's current. Night has fallen when Raphael and I return to the city outskirts. Everyone is already in the midst of celebration. It seems only the two of us are near the back entrance of the palace. He swam in the river upon being set free. Raphael stands opposite of me, drawing patterns on the surface's water with the oar.
Your highness has never been to the city. Moonbath Lake has 8 rivers running in 8 different directions, each flowing from the city's center. Beyond the Imperium district where the nobles live, each river splits into 8 different streams. There are 64 rivers flowing out of the capital.
You counted?
With a network that large, I wouldn't remember which one I swam in.
But you counted. Beyond the palace, there are walls, and beyond the walls, a network of hidden passages. It must have been difficult. What happened after we parted ways? Were you gifted to someone else, or...
What does your highness believe? If I'm to be presented, my master should be the one to give me up.
I'm different from the nobles who treat Lemurians like presents.
Worry not. I could only be captured if I wanted it to happen.
In other words, you allowed yourself to be captured to see me? It was a joke, but when Raphael remains silent, I feel awkward. Is that the truth? So you do want something, otherwise why else? Come on, out with it. Raphael is quiet, then he bows before me.
Even if I had a scheme at my fingertips, I would be honest.
Would you? Once we're at the center of the lake, he drops the oar.
Your highness can return to the palace from here.
Oh. Before I can figure out whether or not Raphael is jesting, from his expression, he's already in the process of leaving. Oh. We're far away from the shore. Are you truly leaving me here?
Your highness can row a boat. Here are the oars.
Is this how you avenge yourself? Because I learned of your secret? Petty.
It's best for all creatures of the deep to have a flawless memory.
I'm not a creature of the deep. Raphael! Raphael stands on the water's He's just standing on the water surface and turns to look at me.
Does your highness have another request?
No. It's walking on water seems fun. I want to do it too. The corner of his mouth curls and he slowly walks back. Instead of taking my hand, he looks at me.
Your highness throws caution to the wind.
And you like that. Won't you save me? I still need to repay you.
I'm the least bit interested in gold.
But I'm your master. You'll carry out my orders regardless.
Is your highness satisfied now?
A little. Raphael reaches out with his other hand.
Now I'm fully satisfied.
Raphael takes my hand and guides me off the boat. Unwilling to let him have an advantage, I pretend to have a misstep. I fall toward him, and then I'm in his arms. You.
How can I escort your highness to the sea if a ripple is frightening?
Didn't you say the sea has dried up? Raphael pats the back of my head.
Look down.
In Raphael's embrace, I see my feet floating above the water's surface. How miraculous. I can walk on water.
Is it amusing?
Maybe. Excited, I look up only to get lost in Raphael's eyes. Oh my god. Indeed, it's as fun as I imagined it to be. Fearing he might suddenly want to fool around and let go, I tighten my grip.
Why is your highness squeezing me so tightly?
Why will you let me go? I take Raphael's hand and walk on the rippling lake. Were you messing with me on purpose when I stepped off the boat?
Engaging in tomfoolery is a tactical plan.
Tomfoolery. He just said that with seriousness. I look at our reflection on the lake. Is walking on water another skill of yours? Truly to be a Lumerian is to be blessed. They will never be shackled to one place.
Being a princess must be a bore if your highness is so easy to please.
Yes, actually, 100%. Yes. You're right. So will you visit me again?
Depends.
On what?
Is your highness's most important person one to visit often?
You remembered? Oh! I feel anticipation bubbling in my heart and pretend to be surprised. Yes, will you surpass him? You're allowed 5 weekly visits. Skeptical, Raphael's mouth curls up. I clear my throat. Or at least 3. I would like to appreciate the market at night, see what's beyond the city, and spend a few days in a nearby town.
Is this your highness's answer, or a wish?
Is it too much to ask? We can only visit the market at night and leave the city. Nearing the shore, I jump onto land.
Did your highness have fun?
I did. I celebrated my birthday.
Does your highness's prior birthday balls not count?
Those were for the princess. Today was for me.
Let this be the birthday gift I owe your highness.
So next time, standing on the surface of the lake, Raphael releases me.
I must leave the city in a few days.
No! Oh. I am saddened, but then I remember Raphael is Lumerian. He has to live elsewhere. Since there's still time, can we meet again? Yet with the seas dried up, where could you go?
A Lemurian is obligated to do his duty.
Based on Raphael's expression, I shouldn't continue asking. How soon can I see you off?
Not immediately. I wish to take you somewhere before my departure.
Okay. The girl's silhouette appears in the window on the palace's second floor. Only when the lights are off does Raphael turn around.
You're here.
Mun steps out from the shadows.
Is this the location where she set your quintessence free years ago? Perfect. The Island of Songs mentioned in the legend has been found. You no longer need to play suitor.
As Amon speaks, he hands Raphael a dagger.
It can carve out the heart. I leave it to your quintessence to decide.
Raphael takes the dagger, running his thumb along the edge of the blade.
Are the legends to be believed?
I believe in your quintessence. Her method of acquiring the heart wasn't forgotten, was it? If that island sparked the beginning of our demise, then everything should end there. The Lemurians cannot be deceived again.
Your words ring true.
With a flick of his wrist, Raphael puts the dagger away. He turns and leaves.
Yet what if the legends are incorrect?
So, it's hard when I feel like there's a lot of stuff we don't know. Like, I haven't seen the sea god myth, and I want to. Makes me sigh, ouch. Okay, so this was 6 to 7. I have a bad feeling. Lemurians who seeketh absolute power, combat the treacherous tides, dive into the deep for pearls, find a true love. When blessed with a true love's kiss, claim her heart by your own hand. A heart pure, flawless, and filled with love. It is the best offering humans can give to Lemurians. This music is way too chipper for what this just said. Hello? Half a month later. The weather has been poor, so few people visit the stables in the city's outskirts to chat. I sit quietly in the corner, wearing the clothes Raphael gave me. On top of them is a cloak to better disguise myself.
The winds are howling. Look at the sand. Half of it is blown away.
I hear something's been found underneath the granules.
I'm not surprised. Our city is a miracle. Why else is the only source of water located here?
Raphael returns and hands me a full water skin. There's another one on his waist. Are we traveling to a distant land?
Consider it a place your highness wishes to see.
I want to see it. A Lemurian dressed like Raphael walks toward us. He's wearing the same unassuming robe, but it's very obvious he's muscular. He hands Raphael the reins to a camel, then turns to me. Oh. Interesting. He is anything but a friend. His gaze scrutinizes me. If eyes were weapons, I'd be gravely wounded. Raphael, he...
You dare speak the name of the god of the sea.
What? His gaze stops at my chest, as though he's trying to burn a hole in it. Before he could possibly start trouble, he steps back and his forehead touches the floor. Why is he bowing to me? The sudden reverence makes me panic, and I hide behind Raphael. She's like terrified.
He is not. Ignore him.
He's scared to death. She's like, what is happening? He stands, glares at me, and leaves. Lemurians are rather weird. That statement by itself is crazy. After the Lemurian called Aemon gives us the camel, our journey began. They say Philos has 100,000 zetameters of sand, and after crossing them is another 100,000 zetameters waiting. Amund is our guide, walking ahead of us. There are only 2 camels. I sit behind Raphael, my arms wrapped around his waist. Raphael, Amund called you the god of the sea. Are you the strongest Lemurian?
A god of war would be a more apt title for that.
Interesting. Okay. The Lemurian tales I've read said the god of the sea died long ago. I'm sorry, you must refer to it as a slumber. How can there still be a god of the sea?
Does your highness know why he perished?
No. I know that face. I know that under that mask he's pouting. No, I don't. Raphael turns his head ever so slightly.
His heart was stolen by humans.
Oh. But if you're the god of the sea... I put my hand on Raphael's chest. That is the that's when you're touching my butt.
What is your highness doing?
Checking your heartbeat, if there is one. Raphael pulls my hand away and holds it in his.
Don't touch me.
I'm sorry. I apologize. That is actually valid. I should not have done that. After what feels like ages, we arrive at a huge sand dune. The camels refuse to go any further, so we continue our journey on foot. Emmett has long since disappeared, leaving behind footsteps for us. Raphael is guiding me, but walking on sand was harder than expected. One step forward is my slipping 2 times. Yet he walks unhindered. You're ahead of me, yet refuse to wait. Awful. The least you can do is talk. Once we return, I'll leave you to dry in the sun.
I can hear your highness.
Okay. I sit down in the sand, narrowing my eyes as Raphael approaches. You walk too quickly. Are you planning to abandon me if I can't keep up?
Your highness will be the one to dry out in the sun if your highness keeps sitting here. Come here.
I can't. It's too...
Sandfish.
What? Ah! What? I scamper to Raphael's side, then realize something's wrong. I don't see any animal here. You scared me. Raphael takes his chance to hold my hand.
Walk in my footfalls along the sands.
Oh. I walk on Raphael's footprints, following close behind. It's easier to move when the sand has been already stepped on. Raphael, how long will it take? Raphael looks over his shoulder, then he frowns.
Why is your highness walking in such a manner?
What do you mean? The sunlight is too strong. Let me hide in your shadow. He turns and pours some water into my hood, then pulls it up. I feel cooler.
Does your highness require me to hold a parasol?
Oh my god. No. Our destination seems to be far away. At night we rest, the wind blowing against our backs. I sit by the fire, hugging my knees. The black flames don't flicker. They burn silently like the man who lit them. No energy, no warmth, and no hope in sight.
Amund won't return for some time. Your highness may rest.
Since we arrived at this dune, Raphael has talked less. His mind is preoccupied. This trip is very different compared to our previous ones. Raphael, I'm a little cold. It's difficult to get close to him. I can only spit out a pitiful excuse. Raphael moves closer and wraps a blanket around me. It's so quiet. Can you sing for me? I've never heard a Lemurian sing before. She's like, sing for me? Raphael?
Ask for something else.
Oh, okay. She's so oblivious. Didn't you say we shared a bond? Why aren't you fulfilling my request?
Bonds can change.
Oh. Tell me a story about your past?
Naught can be said.
Okay. Tell me something interesting. Anything will do.
I met your highness. A silly human. Is that interesting?
Not really. Many like to be solemn in this world. It would be interesting to meet a silly person like myself. I already know what happened after our meeting. Tell me something I don't know. It can be things I've never heard of, yet you're familiar with.
Such as an intruder committing murders?
Oh? I already guessed Raphael was one of the intruders, so I'm not surprised. Why do Lemurians need to kill humans? Revenge?
Your Highness and I know revenge is meaningless. The seas are but sands for 30,000 years. We only want one thing.
The Lemurians want to go home.
Yes. We must awaken the seas and return to our homeland.
The desert is really cold at night. After resting for a while, we continue our journey. Before all the warmth leaves my body, Raphael drags my body to the top of the sand dune.
We're here.
Oh? The radiant moonlight allows us to see what's down below. The undulating sands are silvery white, similar to the waves in my dream. Hidden in the sandy tides are ruins. Its structures of various sizes. Where are we?
The Island of Songs.
It sounds familiar. Raphael, I think I've been here before. Something is calling out to me. Not waiting for Raphael, I hurry and run into the ruins. I have a bad feeling about this. 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 Raphael's being weird. He's being weird. He's being suspicious. Golden sands cover what was once an island. Fragmented walls and scattered roof tiles cover the ground. Withered branches reach to the sky. I feel like I know this place. I walk around. Raphael quietly follows after me, seemingly waiting for something. I've walked these streets. I've seen these roof tiles. I run my hand along a wall, reaching a broken window. I can almost hear the gray waves lapping at the rocks. The loneliness and silence from my dream materialize, wrapping around me. This is the place I've dreamed about.
Your Highness remembers.
In my dream, I was doing the same thing over and over, and next to me was... I start to dig. My intuition tells me an object of great importance is near. You said a sea god's legend originated from here. There has to be... I find a slab, cracked in the ruins. My heart is racing as I hold it. This is it. I only calm down when Raphael puts a hand on mine.
Those who share a bond with the god of the sea can read the slab.
I love the 3 dots.
Does your Highness have the fishtail beacon?
It's rare for Raphael to be very solemn. Deep down, I sense an unpredictable event is about to happen. Oh! I remove it from my belt on my waist, and Raphael holds it with me.
The pain will last for a moment.
Excuse me? Before I can react, he cuts our palms with the beacon. Ow. Our wounds begin to bleed. Raphael grips my hand tightly till our blood mixes on the slab. She's like, "What are you doing?" From where our blood fell, light appears. The breeze blows away the dirt on the slab surface. A light glows brighter and brighter. Golden symbols manifest before us. This is...
the tome of the sea god.
Oh. The tome of the sea god, what does it contain? Like golden leaves on the water, the symbols float and form words.
It's Lemuria's history and the sea god's prophecy.
I don't understand the ancient Lemurian text, but a symbol stands out to me. I recognize this. I touch the floating golden symbol. At that moment, a white light is emitted. A sensation I feel winds around me like a thread reaching my mind. It's me. What does the prophecy say, Raphael? How is it related to me? Raphael looks at the text again. Because of the slab's deteriorated state, there are gaps between the golden symbols.
The seas will dry up.
And anything else? Boy, you best start talking.
When the god of the sea is revived, the seas will awaken. To take back what he's lost, the god of the sea must kill his beloved.
Fantastic. I love that for us. Everything becomes clear. The heart belongs to the god of the sea. More threads appear in my mind, twirling and spinning. If his heart does not return, the fire will fade. An eternal slumber awaits him. I lift Raphael's hand. A black fire burns in his palm. I clench my fist. Blood dripping into the flame. It burns brighter. In those fires, I see us of another time. Desiring the sincerest worship of mortals, thou must offer an irreplaceable object. The sea god's heart, mine heart, dost thou want it? Fire flickers and nightfall returns. Raphael and I silently stare at each other. You're the god who gifted me this heart.
Prophecies are but delusions. They are not reality.
But you took me here to reclaim the heart. I take Raphael's hand, which holds the dagger, and press it against my chest. I will give it back to you, girl. I'm about to cry.
Do you understand the weight of your words?
Of course. We made a vow. You are the god of the sea who has my sincerest devotion. My heart exists for this very reason. Why is this MC so just like... She knows.
Though you are resolved for its return, I cannot accept it.
Why? Why not?
A god must protect his followers. If the legend pertaining to the god of the sea is inevitable...
Raphael lifts his hand. Amongst the floating words, every symbol that represents me is consumed by black flame.
Shouldn't the god of the sea himself change the story?
Boy, you about to make me cry. Stop it. What are you doing, Raphael? This is the Lemurian prophecy. The symbols which represent me are engulfed in flames, vanishing from the story. My memories of Raphael begin to disappear. No! You can't.
If the ending is fixed, let us start anew and be rid of this tale.
As the black fire continues to burn, something else is torn from my body. It is my bond, my vow with Raphael engraved deep within my soul. Raphael, stop. No. Looking at Raphael's face, I fall into a trance. Why am I here? Raphael. The name's so familiar. How did we meet?
It will soon fade away, like a dream.
You do this to yourself, boy. I don't want to forget. There's only emptiness.
Lemurians must rewrite their own story with their own hands.
The question marks actually hurt me. I hate everything about this place. Who is Raphael? The person before me is a stranger. Darkness akin to the deep drowns my vision. Before my eyes close, I see a dull shade of bluish pink.
Goodbye, my beloved bride.
Shut up. I'm angry. I'm angry. I'm angry. She was so willing to. She was like, take it back. Take it back. What could there possibly be in this? Stop. I dreamt a long dream. That's a very loud wave sound. No gray waves, no lonesome islands. A desert of blue. I think if the desert is azure, it ought to look like the sea. In boundless blue, a young man, the god of the sea, holds a girl's hand. They walk to the horizon. The god of the sea gestures for waves to bloom under the girl's feet. Fish swim, white gulls circle overhead and sing as they land on her shoulder. To the god of the sea, this is the happiest day of his life. And when he kisses her, he devotes the entire ocean to his beloved. I hate it here. Waking up from my dream, I don't recall how the god of the sea appeared.
Your Highness, I thought we would never see each other again. Now you are back, but... Your Highness seems despondent. A shell. What happened?
Nothing happened. Have I forgotten something?
No. Your Highness has been well, and yet tried to run away again.
Why does it feel like I'm missing?
Your Highness has been staring at the fish again.
Miss Natasha, who gifted me this fish?
Your Highness's most important person.
My most important person. Who could be?
Your Highness, why are you by the lake again?
Leave me alone. Miss Natasha, did I meet someone here by the lake?
How can a person be on the water, Your Highness?
I don't know. You're supposed to know. You're right. A boat floats peacefully on the lake. I feel like I've walked on its surface before.
Your Highness will fall in by taking another step.
I look down to see my feet are submerged. So I can't walk on water. Where did that blurry memory come from? My life as a princess is calm and a bore, yet I have no will to leave the palace. Instead, a dark shadow is burning my heart like a flame. Falling into this abyss, I'm slowly being eaten away.
Your Highness seems preoccupied. There's been a development in the city. Is Your Highness interested? The guards have found the enemy's base.
The enemy?
The Lemurians. They're responsible for the recent assassinations.
Lemurians have...
The king is upset. His Majesty wants to capture all Lemurians and leave them to dry in the desert.
That's rude. She's like, hold on, why?
Rumors say their ultimate plan is to awaken the seas, yet they have long since dried. If the Lemurians are successful, won't everyone drown below the waves?
To awaken the seas. Where's Raphael?
Raphael?
She can't forget this man. I am stunned the moment this name falls from my lips. Why does it sound so familiar?
Oh, I believe it's the name of the young Lemurian that was gifted to Your Highness years ago.
Young Lemurian. Within the dark, fiery recesses of my mind, a butterfly seems to burst from its cocoon. I go to my bed and take an object from underneath my pillow.
The fishtail beacon!
How do you know what it is?
Lemurians use that as a weapon. Why does Your Highness have it?
Leave me alone. It's called a fishtail beacon? Why do you have it still? I hold it. Possibly I've held it with someone when they cut our palms. The first time I saw it embedded on my balcony's railing, attached to it was a note I had been waiting for. I remember someone holding my hand, and I'll be able to sense your highness's presence holding it like this. I hold the fishtail beacon. It vibrates in my hands, glowing faintly. Raphael, Raphael. Clenching the beacon, I look back at Miss Natasha. I remember.
Your Highness is acting strange. Is something wrong?
I have an important meeting today. Raphael said he would leave the city. If there is anything left for me, it's the person who's taken care of me all these years. Miss Natasha. I hug her tightly. After I depart, please take care of yourself.
Your Highness?
I gaze at her one last time before letting her go. Natasha was a real one, if not a little sus. The weather is beautiful, shining like silver. 64 rivers run to the city's outskirts. Numerous boats float along the water. People play music and sing, and the pearl-white city is radiant. I recall Raphael used one of the rivers to leave this place. Observing the city's hustle and bustle was once my wish. Now I pay no attention. I run through the streets, grasping the beacon even tighter. I haven't even realized my hand is bleeding. Everything I've forgotten is a dream left behind in the island of songs, along with the burnt remnants of the ancient Lemurian prophecy. I am a dreamer, waking up from her dream. I remember everything. Raphael, wait for me. You have to wait for me. I don't even notice the bloodied fishtail beacon's glow. Outside the station, Amun sees it's time to leave.
What is your quintessence waiting for? I have served as a Lemurian elder for centuries. Your quintessence is the first god of the sea who dared rewrite the tome of the sea god.
Oh my god, he's so daring.
Refusing to take her heart. Your quintessence's life must burn away.
What matters is our opportunity to return home. Having a god of the sea makes no difference.
Raphael remains silent. A sensation akin to sprouting vines slowly climbs from his heart, ensnaring his very soul. What do you mean? One spots the glowing fishtail beacon being held.
Didn't your quintessence say the bond was destroyed?
A girl's shout can be heard from the city. Raphael turns back. Among the humans, he can only see a disheveled white robe. She is a butterfly, rather a silvery white fish swimming toward him.
How?
Because she loves you. Raphael. You know when this music hits, it's not okay. Fortunately, he was still here. I managed to catch up to them. It's the first time I've seen that Lemurian be so surprised.
You...
Hi. I stopped some distance away from him. You're going to abandon me and leave alone? Try to catch my breath as I walk toward him. If gods do exist in this world, then Raphael, you must be the worst one. Yeah, that's great. I love that for you. How could you leave your follower behind? You also promised to show me the sea. I stop by the white camel and meet his gaze. I am not one who easily forgets. I won't be returning to the palace.
Do you even know where we are headed?
No. Our vow is eternal. You'll have to do more to be rid of me.
You've decided then.
Raphael takes my hand. With his help, I get on the camel and sit behind him.
I may actually take your heart.
I told you before. If you were a god who can claim my heart, then claim it. Take me away. The dust rises, the white divine camel walks into the sunset. Deep within the palace, a little blue fish slowly turns into a silver scale and sinks to the bottom of the glass bowl. At dusk, the palace, Her Highness has tried to escape from 99 times, and the capital are left behind. The princess doesn't spare them a glance. Philos' seas have dried up for 30,000 years. The prophecy of gold has faded. Maybe there will never again be churning rivers or boundless seas. The princess with a god's heart, the god of the sea who saved her, the Lemurian who rescued her from a cage time and time again. They will meet once more. Sea of Golden Sands, Chapter 1. Raphael, where are we going?
Didn't you want to visit the sea? We'll head to Whalefall City.
Was this a happy ending? Was this like not a tragic ending? What do you mean? My god, it wasn't tragic. It wasn't tragic. It wasn't tragic. It wasn't tragic. It was emotional, and I also just, I don't know, I really like the idea of like, she remembered. She remembered. And it was after finding the Tome of the Sea God. And it kind of feels like, I know in the new, like, main story chapters, they found it. And that's when he, like, had his little freak out moment. She used the bond and was like, chill the fuck out, bro. And he's like, oop, okay. I wonder if, like, as that continues, if, like, she'll remember more of what happened to them. Because it really does feel nice to see her remember in this. Like, she remembers everything. Because obviously, and like, I'm wondering, because like, obviously I don't know the other myths, and I don't know if like she remembers stuff. And I know, like, there seems to be a pattern with the myths, at least that's what I've seen other people say, where it's like one is tragic and one is kind of like quote unquote normal. It doesn't necessarily mean like it's a good ending, but it's like kind of, what's it called? It's an open-ended sort of thing. Like, I could see if they wanted to do an expansion of this, like another myth where it's like where this picked up, where this ended, picking it back up and continuing with him trying to get the sea back. I know there's a lot of lore that I don't know, but I don't know. This is just like, he was willing to die and just fade away in order to keep her alive. But she was literally like slowly just fading away without memory of him. Just shows that like they're meant to be together, and I am going to cry myself to sleep. Anyways, I'm glad that I finally got to experience these memories, or this story, because I've been waiting on it. And next up, I am going to be trying to do all of the myths, but grinding for materials is rough. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm trying. I really am. But if I do not hear anything about reruns, I probably will look up the God of the Sea myth and do a reaction just like on a video that I find online, because I'm really curious about it. So yeah, I'm glad that I finally got to do this. I have 4 hours and 49 minutes left, so I'm glad that I got to do it. This was a lot of fun. And I'm really glad that it wasn't like a horrible ending. Like, I was like scared that like it was gonna be like I'm gonna cry myself to sleep, but it was just kind of open-ended. And I appreciate that, because it leaves you feeling like, okay, there could be something more. She remembered him, which is honestly, even if she had to die at the end, the fact that she remembered him is like, yay. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I know you've probably already seen this entire myth, and it's honestly just my reaction that you're watching, but I hope you enjoyed that. And fingers crossed for a rerun so I can get the God of the Sea myth, because I want it. God of the Tides, whatever it is. Yes, I want it. Give it to me. I need it. Anyway, thank you for watching. I love my fishy.